You are now listening to WSN, Wolf Sports Network, live from the University of West Georgia in Carrollton, now an Odyssey station.
Live from Carrollton, Georgia, this is Sports Pack.
Home of the hottest takes and the best interviews in college radio.
Hold on, wait a minute. We need a little more energy. This is Sports Pack. Yeah, there we go.
Home of the hottest takes and debates.
There is no way I'm going to sit here and roll with Jared Stidham and Aiden O'Connell.
Richard.
There's just no way.
And the best interviews in college radio.
This is five-time Olympic medalist Alana Myers-Taylor.
This is Super Bowl champion quarterback Brad Johnson, and you're listening to Sports Pack on the Wolf Sports Network.
And the Wolves play here.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to a jam-packed Thursday edition of Sports Pack. As always, I am Richard Reed, joined by John Howley, Jackson Schrader, and Carly Pear. How y'all feeling today?
I'm feeling
$1 million.
I'm feeling awesome, man. Weather's beautiful. Baseball's back.
Hey,
couldn't ask for more, right?
Like you said, John, baseball is back, along with a whole lot more. We got MLB baseball opening day is today, going on right now. Tons of games all around the country being played. We got the Sweet 16 tipping off tonight. Big-time basketball games overlapping with those massive baseball games. And we also have some West Georgia baseball and softball to get into. Massive NFL news, and as always, sports news from around the sports world. We got a lot to get into tonight. But before we get started, let me just remind you all, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills.
Let's go.
We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting wolfradio.com/book drive. That is wolfradio.com/book drive. Are you hungry like a wolf?
Oh, yeah.
Always.
If that's the case, yeah, I think you meant but if that's the case, Dine West is committing to offering you, yes you, a diverse menu that accommodates to a wide range of dietary preferences. Schrader, I know you can't eat that much.
I'm a gluten-free
So they have vegan options, gluten-free, and multicultural. Their menu changes daily, and you can view the weekly offerings for both East and West Commons dining halls at westga.edu/dinewest. That is westga.edu/dinewest. Now let's talk some UWG.
Long is Widener rolls to the right. He's got some time. Everybody's down at the end zone. He heaves it, and it is caught for a touchdown.
We are one. Go Wolves.
Indeed. It's been a very exciting baseball season so far, as our West Georgia Wolves baseball team is currently sitting at 13-10 overall, 4-2 in conference play. They're coming off a pretty interesting loss to the number 3 team in the nation, the Georgia Bulldogs, where we came up short 13-6 on the road in Athens. Now, surprising enough, well, it's not surprising. Athens isn't that far away, but it is surprising. We had a lot of people from Wolf Sports Network with their face in the place. The twins, Andrew and Chase Jefferson. Our guy Jason Barker from Triple Threat, who you can see tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. right here on Wolf Sports Network on Triple Threat. And also John Howley, who's currently sitting right here sporting his beautiful red Atlanta Braves jersey. Now, John, your face was in the place for the game.
Yes,
Let us
sir.
know a few things you noticed in this game that was maybe closer than a lot of people may think.
So, in the very beginning of the game, it was the typical crap. It's a bullpen day. You know, at one point, you know, the stat was we hit 2 batters, walked 3, and we gave up a 3-run bomb. And it was already
What a stat line.
Yeah. At one point, the game was 9-0. You're sitting there like, how did this game become so competitive? The bats started coming alive. It was 9-1. 9-3, 9-4, 9-6 in the later innings.
The score was 9-6.
9-6 at one point. We had Georgia on their heels because they were going every single inning with a brand new pitcher. Give some of the guys, a little chance to lower this ERA. But then they started to put in their serious pitchers, and the game went away from us. Then,
so once we got back in the game, they put in their serious guys.
Put in their serious guys, and it got away from us. It was a fantastic time, though. Met some really fun people out there. A lot of good memories, and one beautiful field. And how can we get that here?
Coalfield may not be what they have up there in the SEC schools, but we're getting there.
Coalfield is very nice.
It has a home plate.
It has a home plate.
Exactly.
Hey, look, has bases.
We have a pitcher's mound, too.
Even has an outfield.
And a fence.
That's
and
what
we
I'm
hit
saying.
bombs over that fence.
And a board. I mean, we've got the makings of fantastic baseball. Like John said, he went out to that game in Athens and made a lot of great memories. You can make a lot of great memories right here this weekend in the City of Dreams. If you come on out Friday at 6 p.m., it is the beginning of a 3-game series between Stetson, another A-Sun series. We just swept the last team we played at A-Sun play, so we're trying to do it again. Friday at 6 p.m., Saturday at 3 p.m., and rounding out that 3-game series Sunday at 1 p.m.
This should be a fun series to watch.
Should be really fun to watch. Schrader, what are a few things you're looking for from this baseball team in the series?
Yeah, really, I just want to see a little bit more consistency from the bullpen. I think that's really been where we've been struggling. I mean, you look at that game against Georgia, we put up 6 runs against a very good pitching staff.
Yep.
It was just our pitching staff that really harmed us, especially early on in that game. I mean, we were down 9-0.
No one's ERA quickly was below 9.
Yeah, which, I mean, you have that when you run in the bullpen all game and they've only pitched, say they've pitched 2 innings and they've given up a run, you're going to have a high ERA.
Still.
But, I mean, if our bullpen can play a little more consistently, play well more consistently, and our batters just keep doing what they're doing, then we'll be fine. Because, I mean, when you have a guy like Lane Pearson on the mound starting every Friday, you can just about guarantee that you're going to get 7 strong innings. And if your bats can just match that, I mean, honestly, just keep doing what you're doing. Bullpen, be a little better.
That's very true. That's very true. We're hoping to get the same kind of thing from our softball team this weekend as they're going on the road to Fort Myers, Florida to take on Florida Gulf Coast University in a Friday doubleheader. First game at 4 p.m., second game at 6:30, and rounding out the 3-game series Saturday morning, bright and early at 11 a.m. We're hoping to get kind of the same result from them, Carly.
Yeah, definitely. I'm super excited for the softball team. They're off to a little shaky start. I mean, they've lost the last couple of their games that have been A-Sun games as well. So I really hope we can finish out strong with A-Sun play.
Yep, and that's not all the West Georgia action we're getting this weekend. Actually, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. right here in the City of Dreams, Carrollton, Georgia, our UWG women's soccer team will have a spring game against Kennesaw State University. That should be very entertaining.
Yeah, and also tonight in the Coliseum, we have a volleyball exhibition, the last one of the spring. I don't know who we're playing, but it's either right now or at 7.
It's either Mercer or another team.
It's Chattanooga. Chattanooga at 7:30.
Yes.
I don't know how I got Mercer. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, we've played Mercer in just about everything, so it makes sense. But, yeah, if you're not doing anything at 7:30, go to the Coliseum. And
Exactly. If you're around town, get your face in the place. We got volleyball tonight. Soccer scrimmage tomorrow, and baseball and softball softball's away, but baseball all weekend.
Dude.
And also, if you're free next weekend, April 4th is a Friday, April 5th is that Saturday. Clear your schedules. The UWG Legends Invitational is next weekend. If you don't know what that is, it is our big track and field event that we host once a year here at the University of West Georgia. It's big time. You do not want to miss out. We've had several track and field athletes on the women's and men's sides of the competitions, dominating, breaking UWG records in indoor, and even really balling out in outdoor as well. We've got some dogs on this track team, and you do not want to miss your one and only chance to see them right here at the University of West Georgia. It's going to be awesome.
Dude, the one thing I feel like I can see the track from where I live here on campus. I might just get all cozy there and for a good little bit just watch that track meet. I'm telling you.
Go ahead and get dressed and get your butt out there, man.
Track is a sport that I don't know why. Like it used to be followed by a majority of Americans. And then I guess TV happened because it was a big radio thing, and people just stopped watching track, which just blows my mind because it is such a fun sport. Especially people realize that every 4 years when we have the Summer Olympics. But go out there, watch track, have a good time. They got food trucks.
Exactly, and it should feel pretty good outside. But if it is a little chilly, go to wolfsportsnetwork.com, click about, and hit the merch store button to get you a Wolf Sports Network hoodie. And if it's not a little warm out there, you can still get some nice gear out there. Get you a Wolf Sports Network polo, a Wolf Sports Network T-shirt.
I like the way you think.
Heck, even a Wolf Sports Network trucker hat, so you can be covered up from the sun and still get a cool breeze coming in from the back. There are plenty of different ways you can go out there and support our track team. One of the many is by supporting us as well. Going to wolfsportsnetwork.com, hitting that about button in the top right-hand corner, clicking merch store, and buying anything your heart desires. And if for some reason you don't see what you're looking for on there, go to our Instagram at Wolf Sports Network. Go ahead and give us a follow and shoot us a DM, a direct message if you don't know what a DM is, letting us know exactly what you want in the merch store. And look, if you follow us on Instagram, we just might put it up there for you. Stay tuned. We're going to take a quick ad break, but when we return, we're going to be diving into this Sweet 16 that starts tonight and also talking some MLB opening day. We'll be back. This is Sports Pack on the Wolf Sports Network.
You are listening to Sports Pack every Mondays and Thursdays from 6 to 7, only on Wolf Sports Network. Hey, do you want to be a part of Wolf Sports Network? Yeah! Well, I have some good news for you because you can join us. Woohoo! So if you want to learn more about this, go to wolfsportsnetwork.com and click WIT Sports Program. With becoming a WIT, you expand your knowledge in the sports radio world and join our ever-growing family.
New face over there. You're not tripping. We got my guy JT over here shadowing the board. He's running through the WIT program right now.
Oh.
Brandon, how you feeling, baby? Welcome to Sports
I'm feeling
Pack.
great being on here for the first time.
And we can't wait to meet you once you join us.
Sports fans, are you looking for a show where you can see other sports fans sharing in your misery and excitement? Then Sports Out of Pocket is for you, because we're fans too, and we experience our highs.
Bertigine is not a safety. He's just a corner who will lock down your number one.
And our lows.
Trayshawn Ward. Screw you, buddy. You were on our team last year, and you gave us no mercy, okay?
So join us every Wednesday at 5 to cheer and boo along with us, only on Wolf Sports Network.
It's time to introduce Wolf Sports Network's newest show, The Playbook. Your home for college football, baseball, and basketball. And just like VCU in 2011, we're set to make a Cinderella run to the top of a Wolf Sports Network.
The Rams are going to the Final Four!
Tune in live every Tuesday from 6 to 7 on Wolf Sports Network.
Wolf Sports Network is going to have you covered with content for every day of the week, Monday through Friday. Sports Pack is bringing you all the news in the sports world today on Mondays and Thursdays at 6. Sports Out of Pocket is bringing you sports commentary with a comedic twist on Wednesdays at 5. And sit back and relax and grab your favorite snack, because Triple Threat is bringing you the chill content on Fridays at 11. And The Playbook is going to be bringing you all of the sports news going on in the college world on Tuesdays at 6. So make sure you're tuning in Monday through Friday for all the content Wolf Sports Network is bringing you this semester.
Let's talk some college hoops. Man, there is so much to unpack. March Madness is getting back rolling tonight with the first game starting at 7:09 p.m. on CBS with the BYU Cougars, the Mormons out there balling, going up against the Alabama Crimson Tide in Newark, New Jersey, followed by Maryland versus Florida at 7:39, Arizona versus Duke at 9:39, and then rounding out the night at 10:09 p.m. the Arkansas Razorbacks, the 10 seed, surprising a lot of people in this tournament, taking on Lem's Texas Tech Red Raiders.
Texas Tech Red Raiders!
There we go. I needed you to say it.
I was saying, I
that
feel
is
that
the
one
last
right
game
there.
of the night.
Feel it.
We are all
Man, I love
hyped.
them.
The Sweet 16 starts tonight, as we just said, with those first 4 games. Also got 4 games on tomorrow night as well. It's going to be incredible. But before we dive in, give our Sweet 16 and Final Four predictions, we got to talk about how a lot of people have been outraged recently. That is because in college basketball, the transfer portal window has now been open.
So
and I know what you're thinking. Why is the portal window opening right in the middle of the tournament? That is exactly why a lot of people are outraged. It's insane. Schrader, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's dumb. I mean, it's just like college football, right?
Yep.
The portal's open during bowl games. This is like a free agency started in the middle of the playoffs. It just doesn't make sense. And I don't know why they haven't fixed it. Like, it's such a big problem that's always complained about, and the NCAA, as normal, just sits there acting like they have any authority or want to do anything useful to the game. It's just stupid.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Oh, no, sorry. I was making an accurate representation of what the NCAA does. Just sitting here twiddling their thumbs.
Dude, they're just professional people that buy suits and just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
They're just like, look at my suit.
Yeah, I mean, it's really wild. And then we have a player, it's actually Scottie Pippen's son. His youngest son is currently on the Michigan Wolverines roster. Michigan, if you don't know, plays a big-time game in this tournament, I want to say tomorrow. Yes, Michigan plays Auburn tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. He's already entered his name in the transfer portal.
Wait, what?
Dude, that was Tom Izzo was like, this is absurd because he should be worried about winning his game in the Sweet 16. not
Exactly.
sitting down with players and being like, you shouldn't leave.
That just sits
Exactly.
sour, man.
What is he saying? You shouldn't leave. We have a game tomorrow. Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's insane.
so stupid.
Right in the middle of the tournament, you have players entering the portal. So, like you said, Schrader, instead of game planning, getting your players hyped up, ready to potentially win a national championship, you're sitting down having conversations, renegotiating deals,
Yeah.
players coming to your desk talking
wild.
about, yeah, I know we have a game this Friday, coach, but I need X amount of money or I'm hitting the door tomorrow.
Exactly.
Dude, it's insane.
That shit's sour.
Dude,
with
they
me,
just
man.
got to be like Queen on Maryland. You know, they asked like what they thought about their coach. Has he done a good job or whatever? He's like, I mean, first things first, he pays us the money. So like,
Exactly.
like
He
that's
pays
the
the money
mindset
he
you need to
promised.
have, dude.
I don't like how this. I just don't like how the media puts it out before they play a tournament game. I just don't. I don't like that idea. Like, at least wait to. Can we just wait till the tournament's over?
I would say.
Wait till the
then,
offseason.
and then
Yeah.
like the NCAA should have did a better job on that, in my opinion.
Exactly.
But
It's on the NCAA. I was just about to chime in and say, let's not blame the media because the
Right.
media doesn't control
They're
when
doing
the
their job.
portal
Yeah,
window happens.
exactly.
Their job, just like ours, is just to report. So they're reporting to exactly. You're exactly right, Lem. The problem starts with the NCAA. But the
As they all
NCAA has
do.
been a very flawed corporation for years now, and they're just trying to
They're-
hold on to whatever power they have. Let's continue to
They don't have
inconvenience the
any.
coaches. Exactly. They have very little, but the
Like-
one thing they do control is when the portal window's open.
Yeah.
And right now, it's happening in the middle of the tournament, just like how it happens in the middle of the playoffs with college football. It's very flawed. I'm not knocking the transfer portal in any way. The transfer
Yeah.
portal is amazing, giving these players the opportunity to jump up and leave shop whenever they feel is necessary. But the timing is the problem.
Yeah.
Why is this happening when
Right.
teams are getting prepped for the Sweet 16?
I hate it so. Like,
Exactly. It's
oh
putting-
my
It's-
god,
I'm very
bro.
passionate.
It's-
I'm very passionate.
Me too. It's putting coaches at a disadvantage because coaches that are still playing, they can't recruit these players that have now entered the portal, and now they're currently recruiting their roster, trying to get their guys to leave. Hey man, we might get a ring in 2 weeks. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's going to be a topic we debate over these next few weeks. But as of right now, we've got games to pick. So looking at this whole landscape, already previewed the games that will be played tonight. What do you all think of the Sweet 16? Do you think a sleeper team will continue to push forward like the 10th ranked Arkansas Razorbacks? I don't want to call Ole Miss a sleeper because they're a 6 seed, but seeing the Ole Miss Rebels in the Sweet 16 is surprising to just about anybody.
For sure.
What do you all expect from this weekend's games? Who do you think will be the most impressive team?
Ooh, I ain't gonna lie. I can see Arkansas beat Texas Tech. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, Arkansas,
Let's not have that happen, please.
like as a 10th seed, like them coming into the tournament and then beating Kansas in the first round, then beating who they play. I'm sorry.
St. John's.
St. John's, being St. John's in the second round,
Yep.
and now they're playing Texas Tech. I really think they got it rolling right now, so I could see that being an upset in that game. But another game I'm looking forward to is Duke versus Arizona. I think that's going to be a really
It's gonna be a great ball
game.
really great Sweet 16 game. And I think Florida has a good chance of going all the way. But that's my early thoughts.
Yeah, I really like BYU. I think the one thing that I've noticed
More
about
than Cougars.
Alabama, the one thing I've noticed about Alabama this season is like all the stats they give just have to do with free throws. That's all they talk about. Is just Alabama takes the most free throws out of anybody. They're just foul merchants at this point.
they
And
are.
I think I want to see BYU go out there and kind of expose that way of playing the game, because I feel like if they can just play a clean game and limit the fouls, then with the way they've played during this tournament, they have a really good shot to beat Alabama and kind of, in my opinion, be that Cinderella. Like, I know Arkansas is viewed as somewhat of a Cinderella, but like everybody kind of expected they're an SEC team. Like,
Coached by John
I just don't
Calipari.
want to give the SEC team the Cinderella tag. I
feel
feel
that.
like if
I feel-
anybody's a Cinderella, it's gonna be BYU.
I feel that.
I definitely respect that, John.
I mean, honestly, I'm really excited for this Maryland-Florida game because after seeing the way Maryland's been playing this tournament, just the way they dig deep into the scenarios they've been, put in, it's really surprising to see because we know this Florida team is very, very dominant. I mean, they had a very close game against UConn, but still, I mean, this Maryland's kind of like, not that I've known that they're good, but it's caught me like, I think I underestimated the heck out of them.
And a lot of people see that the Maryland Terps, and like, no way they're that good.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
so I'm honestly really, really excited for this game. I think it's going to be like it's going to come down to the final millisecond, just that head-on-head battle right there. That's really what I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%. It's going to be a great game, and I'm still super high on this Florida team.
Yeah.
We may see here that I may have them in my Final Four. We're going to talk about that soon. But when you're looking at this Maryland team, if there's going to be a team that can score with this Florida team, it's going to be them. They've got scorers up and down the roster. Derek Queen, the guy that hit the game-winning shot last weekend, he's shooting 52.9% from the field. And they're averaging over 81 points per game with 66 points allowed. If there's going to be a team that can test Alabama the way UConn did last round, it's going to be Maryland. But now we've touched on a few of the games so far. Now it's time to open up the floor. Give me your Final Four picks right now, because if you didn't know, the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 is happening this weekend. So Sweet 16 games Thursday and Friday, then Thursday's teams playing the Elite 8 on Saturday, and same thing for Friday's teams playing on Sunday.
Got to pull up that bracket.
Right, by Sunday night,
good bracket.
by Sunday night, our Final Four is going to be set in stone. So Lim, I'm going to start with you. Who are your Final Four predictions? Who comes out reigning supreme Sunday night?
You can't put me on the spot like that, Richard.
Oh,
You can't put me on the spot like that.
Can't put him on the
Lim, you
spot.
ain't got that in
Pull up
the.
your old bracket, man.
You're the expert, Lim.
I did. Whoa.
Hey, take
And
it,
this,
man.
and this is the cons of being an expert, because this year it's like so many good teams,
Wide open.
and so many teams can win it. But Richard, since you put him on the spot, I'm gonna just say it. One team that I think could win it all, that I think is gonna win it all, is Auburn.
Auburn?
I think Auburn still has the firepower to win it all. Now they do have. I think this game versus Michigan is going to be a tough game for them to get past. I'm not going to
It's
see here
definitely
like
going to be a ball game.
but I think Auburn still has the firepower to win it all. And if Chad Becker-Mazar can stay on point, because we know like Chad Becker-Mazar he's kind of giving the team some problems. But if he can stay on point and Auburn keeps playing the way that they've been playing the whole season and not being lackadaisical in some games, they're going to win it all.
All right, Lim, I'm going to let you get away easy on that one. Schrader, give me your Final Four prediction.
I got Michigan State, Florida, Duke, and then almost a sleeper team that's kind of just taking care of business, Tennessee.
Tell me why.
You said Final Four prediction. Okay, my bad.
I'm going to come back to you. Sell me on Tennessee, Schrader.
Because of the minimal research that I definitely did when putting together my bracket, I said I like the color orange because I'm a redhead. So I put Tennessee in the Final Four. And that's scientific.
That's valid. I mean, they're good every single year. They always come with a good defense and a high-powered offense. Zakai Ziegler, star point guard, he's always with them as well. They got a good team, man. John, you going with the Volunteers?
You know what? So here's the Final Four I got. This is my bracket that's doing astronomically better than my other bracket. So that's one thing to base it off of here. But I got Auburn, Florida, Duke, and Tennessee.
Yeah. Auburn,
you like
Florida,
orange too.
Duke, and Tennessee.
It's a good
I
color.
like it. Well, let me tell you my bracket real quick.
Let's hear it, Richard.
I got Michigan State.
Oh.
I really struggled picking Michigan State. They might have to go through Auburn. But, deep down, I have a gut feeling that the Michigan Wolverines are going to beat the Auburn Tigers. So I think we're going to see a big-time in-state rivalry in the Elite Eight.
Oh, that would be so good.
With Michigan versus Michigan State for either the third or fourth time this season.
Yeah.
And I think the Spartans are going to reign supreme. I've got Michigan State taking on the Florida Gators in San Antonio, Texas. Then on the other side of the bracket, I got the Duke Blue Devils surviving a big-time game against Alabama. I think they make it past Arizona. Survive a massive game against the Alabama Crimson Tide. And then they will face the Houston Cougars in the Final Four.
Almost like
Houston
you're really,
Cougars?
really high on Houston.
An unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. Houston has gotten so close year after year, and this just might be their year. Super well coached. They dominate defensively and on the offensive boards. I really like the Houston Cougars, man. Y'all know I've been high on them for a long time. Let's see how it happens. But that's my Final Four.
Okay.
Like we said,
we came out
that's not the only big-time games happening today. It's MLB opening day.
It's a national holiday.
Appreciate
up.
y'all.
No problem, Lil. Now, I'm out with Steven. It's opening day. Time to talk MLB. Yes. It is opening day, and things have been crazy here on Wolf Sports Network all day today. We're currently joined by my guy Michael Miller right here, and it's not the Michael Miller you think. It's the Michael Miller from Wolf Sports Network. Tell him what's up, Michael.
What's up, guys? Excited to be here.
That's legit what he did.
Exactly what I
What's up?
But listen, it's been a super exciting day. Games going on all over the place. The Braves are currently in the top of the 7th inning, up 4-3 against the Padres. The Orioles are going into the bottom of the 9th inning, up 12-2 on the Blue Jays. There are all sorts of big time games going around. So before we really get started, give me some of y'all's opening day thoughts so far. Michael, you got a nice Braves jersey on. What have you been thinking of your hometown team so far?
I'm like what I'm seeing. Chris had a rough kind of start to the game today. Kind of tightened it up as the game went on. I've loved the at-bats. I think one thing that we've done last couple years, and last year we scored a lot of runs, but before that opening day, bats have been cold to start the year.
Yeah.
Ozzy's hitting the ball well. He's got a homer. Austin's got a homer. I think we're really hitting the ball well so far today, and I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I'm getting excited on Braves baseball. Y'all know I'm not the biggest baseball guy, despite me playing. For some reason, I just struggle to really get into the MLB, but I love it when the Braves are winning, man. The Braves are always super excited. When those bats get hot, they're hard to beat. Schrader, before we move into our overall picks here, I see y'all entering the bottom of the 7th. You got your nice little Marlins jersey on.
Yep.
The logo still looks nice despite y'all been struggling over the past few years. Now, 4-2 against the Pirates. What are your takeaways?
Honestly, I'm not that mad because, like, going into this year, I know we're going to be one of the worst teams in the MLB.
Yeah.
Last year, I was like, oh, we could be a playoff team, and then we had an absolute dumpster fire of a season. But this year, like, we hit pretty well against Skeens, had 3 hits against Skeens, brought in 2 runs. I mean, the offense is doing better than normal. We're always bottom of the league in runs produced, and our pitching's all right. Bullpen's doing really good, so not too much to complain about.
All right, sounds pretty good. I mean, like you said, you've already accepted the fact that y'all probably won't be one of the better teams in the MLB, so take the small victories where you can get them. I'm not mad at that at all. So, as we already talked about, it's opening day, but we're not going to talk about opening day anymore. Let's talk about some overarching themes this MLB season. Let's start with this. Who are a few sleeper teams y'all like so far? Obviously, Schrader, you're not buying the Marlins this year, despite you being a fan.
No.
Are there any other sleeper teams that you have in mind that could kind of shake things up in the league this year?
Yeah, I mean, a little earlier on, a little birdie told me that there were 2 specific teams to look out for. I think one would be the Giants. I think they kind of fly under the radar. They just signed Adames, and I think that could be a really good sleeper team. You know, they kind of made some big splashes in the offseason that just kind of stayed a little under the ropes. And then the Cubs, dude. I mean, the Cubs have had a pretty solid offseason. I mean, they got beat pretty good in Japan, but
what's so funny about it, dude?
I don't know. We might hear that birdie soon, but I think the Cubs and the Giants are my 2 sleeper teams for sure.
Michael, what do you think?
I like Toronto a lot. Like a lot of people don't like the Blue Jays this year, but
I'm one of them.
But if Max Scherzer can get back to just at least not his full, but like what he used to be, but at least like halfway there, I like their pitching. Their lineup, I think Bo Bichette going to have a big bounce back year this year. I love Anthony Santander being back in that being in that lineup now. I think he's a very underrated player.
Yeah.
So I like them a lot. I know their division's tough. That's the bad thing for them.
Yeah.
But I like them a lot. I think they could make the playoffs this year. It's very possible.
I agree.
Yeah, John, do you have a sleeper team in mind?
Yeah. Definitely. I don't know why. I think I'm just excited for them, and it really could just be a flop. But it's the Athletics, man. Like they made a bunch of signings this offseason, and they really decided to like spend money. They actually signed some decently big contract, the biggest contracts in their history at least. So they decided to spend the money. I was very, I'm kind of just excited to see that, and might make me watch Moneyball tonight. Heck, who knows? Maybe if I can't fall asleep, turn on Moneyball.
I'm not mad at that.
Reminisce on the days of Oakland.
Dude, you're telling me. And I mean, as much as I don't want to say it, I kind of like the Nationals a little bit. I don't know. They got some young stars, and I'm not saying they're going to be the best team in the NL East, but I'm just saying they're definitely going to they're making an improvement for sure. But I don't know. I like the young stars they have over there.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. If I had to pick one team to go along with this, I'm really liking the Red Sox so far. They've made some very good offseason additions, and I feel like the guys that they brought in, Alex Bregman being one of them, they could really shake some things up here and surprise a lot of people. I'm rolling with the Boston Red Sox for once in my life. Now, let's pivot. We talked about some sleeper teams.
Yep.
Do y'all have any of these sleeper teams being in your World Series this year? I know we're far out. We're seeing a lot of different things week 1. But give me your World Series picks. Michael, I'll have you start since you're our guest.
Goodness.
Wow, that's a bombshell.
I'm gonna go Rangers Braves.
Oh,
Rangers
I'm
Braves?
a Braves fan, so I'll put us in there. But I like the Rangers. I think they're the best team in the American League. That lineup's loaded. Jake Berger, I know we've.
My guy, Jake Berger,
like,
if you're listening, I love you.
But like he's hitting 8th in that lineup. Like that's pretty. Like
wow.
it's very deep.
Yeah, he's
going to
give you like 35 homers.
And DeGrom's going to be back this year. I like them a lot, so I'd have them winning the AL.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people are kind of looking at the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, and I think one of those teams will be in it. I don't exactly know. I don't really have a matchup, but I know one of those teams will probably be in it. But like you said, like the AL East, dude, like the Yankees spent all that money. I don't even know if they're the best team in their division. I mean, you got the Red Sox, which I really like the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox made their lineup they really built that lineup this offseason, especially with Bregman. They still have Devers. They got Duran out there in the outfield. Like, they have some dogs on that team. But I think the Dodgers are probably going to take it.
Dodgers? John?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you got to have the Dodgers in there. You have
It's hard not to.
Shohei. You
They're
have
a walking
Shohei
all-star team.
back. Yeah, exactly. You have Shohei back to what he was doing so greatly, and being able to pitch and hit at the same time. And then they just spent all that extra money this offseason to sign all these guys to 1-year deals that you're like, why do y'all keep getting away with this? Yeah. And so you got to put. I feel like you got to put the Dodgers in there. But over in the AL, you know what? Let's go Baltimore Orioles here.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Big Rush Bus fan and all
pick.
that, and that team is young, and they're getting better and better. And
They just won by 10 runs today.
Yeah, exactly.
12-2.
So they're definitely, to me, I think they're one of the better teams in the AL. But if I'm making the pick for the champion, I think it's got to be the Dodgers. With that lineup they have, and for all the pitchers and everything, I think it's just got to be the Dodgers.
John, I'm really with you and Schrader here. It's hard not to go against the Dodgers. As much as I would love to see the Braves in it again, it's hard not to see a repeat World Series because you got the Dodgers, they got Shohei Ohtani, they got Mookie Betts, they got Freddie Freeman. We know all the guys they've got. But then you look at the New York Yankees. I know they lost Juan Soto, but they've still got Aaron Judge. They've got all sorts of monsters. Exactly. Aaron Judge could easily get 50-plus homers instantly.
True.
It's hard not to go with them. They've still got Austin Wells. The list goes on. The Yankees are still a loaded team in a very weak AL this year. I can see some other teams stepping up, like the Red Sox, like I previously mentioned. But I think I'm going to lean repeat series here. Give me Dodgers, Yankees again.
Bro knows ball.
Where'd
all this knowledge come from,
again,
Richard?
To
what I'm holding right here?
Can I repeat what again?
Your World Series pick, please.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But that's all we've got for
I'm not
MLB so
wearing a
far
wire.
today. Be sure to
Not
stay
wearing a wire.
tuned because we will be discussing the MLB a whole lot more throughout the entire rest of the school semester.
Yeah.
But if you also want some more good MLB content, we've got some guys here at Wolf Sports Network. One of them who I was just recently in contact with on a show called
Recently or
Sports
current?
Out of Pocket that goes on air every Wednesday from 5 to 6, right here on Wolf Sports Network. And they're hosted by a brother by the name of Stephen Lambert, who graduates
Wonderful
this semester.
host.
I actually have
Wonderful.
Stephen on my phone talking to me in my earpiece right now. Because like I said at the beginning of this segment, I'm not the biggest MLB guy. I can talk baseball with anybody. I played baseball majority of my life. But, I'm not up to date with the times in the MLB. So I called my brother Stephen Lambert in. He fed me a bunch of information. So if you like the stuff I was talking about and want to hear more of it, tune in to Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday from 5 to 6. And also check him out on YouTube at Dinger Dudes, where he's one of the co-hosts of a podcast with a bunch of other really good guys from the Sports Out of Pocket crew. But we're going to take a quick song break, but stay tuned because when we come back, we're going to be diving into this NFL news. Did you know Russell Wilson's a New York Giant? Oh. Stay tuned for more. This is Sports Pack on Wolf Sports Network.
Don't worry, there's a lot going on in the sports world. Catch Sports Pack on Mondays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. on Wolf Sports Network for all the sports updates you need. The Wolves play here.
Hey, do you want to be a part of Wolf Sports Network? Yeah! Well, I have some good news for you because you can join us. Woohoo! So if you want to learn more about this, go to wolfsportsnetwork.com and click WIT Sports Program. With becoming a WIT, you expand your knowledge in the sports radio world and join our ever-growing family.
New face over there, you're not tripping. We got my guy JT over here shadowing the board. He's running through a WIT program right now. Brandon, how you feeling, baby? Welcome to Sports
I'm feeling
Pack.
great being on here for the first time.
And we can't wait to meet you once you join us.
Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio are coming together for the concert event of the year.
Wolfstock, baby!
That's right, Wolfstock is back with great music and fun games and a great time for everyone around. April 21st, 6 to 9 in the Campus Center Ballroom. So come out for a good time. Wolfstock 2025 is brought to you by Flagship Carrollton, Dine West, The Orchard, Illuminated Productions, and American Pie Pizzeria.
It's a brand new season, and you know what that means. A brand new series.
Bootleg Jackson Cook.
Mark my words, by the end of his career, Nolan Arenado will be better than Chipper Jones.
Jackson Cook.
New short series, exclusively on Wolf Sports Network YouTube.
Bootleg Jackson Cook.
Make sure to like and follow on all socials for more content.
Wolf Sports Network is going to have you covered with content for every day of the week, Monday through Friday. Sports Pack is bringing you all the news in the sports world today on Mondays and Thursdays at 6. Sports Out of Pocket is bringing you sports commentary with a comedic twist on Wednesdays at 5. And sit back and relax and grab your favorite snack because Triple Threat is bringing you the chill content on Fridays at 11. And the Playbook is going to be bringing you all of the sports news going on in the college world on Tuesdays at 6. So make sure you're tuning in Monday through Friday for all the content Wolf Sports Network is bringing you this semester.
Michael, did you know, in a recent survey found online by very trusted sources, trust me, almost 53% of full-time college students ages 18 to 22 drank alcohol in the past month?
I did not know that.
Dude, I didn't either. But that fact is exactly why the Crafty Rabbit Meadery has joined Wolf Sports Network and Wolf Radio's Drink Responsibly campaign, reminding you, Michael, and others like you that are college age out here, there is no drinking under the age of 21, to never drink and drive even if it's only one beer, and to add food and water when you drink, so you don't end up texting your ex, which means know your limits. In the NFL, only one thing matters: chasing a dynasty. Now, my brother Michael here is underage, so he does not drink.
He's responsible.
Yes, he's very responsible. John, on the other hand, I'm not sure. He's 21. What he does is his business, but the rest of us are as pure as it gets. Speaking of pure, my guy Russell Wilson just signed a mega deal with Mr. Unlimited. Just signed a 1-year deal worth up to $26 million with the New York Football Giants.
Just add on to that wonderful contract he got from Denver.
Oh, yeah. One thing about it, no matter how Russell Wilson plays the rest of his career, he is paid. His pockets are straight. Between him and Sierra, they got it going on in that household. You hear me? They ain't struggling to find a dollar somewhere. But I digress. Big time move by the Giants. They're building. I don't know what they're building, but they're building something. They've currently got 3 quarterbacks in that room with starting experience that started last year between Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Tommy DeVito. So,
I was so ready
somebody
to say
take
Danny.
this. What are the Giants cooking here?
Something.
A
I don't
dumpster fire?
really know because they signed Jameis Winston to what I thought was just a solid bridge quarterback deal.
Me too.
2 days before. And I was listening to something, and they were joking around imagine if the Giants are just you know what? Let's go get the guy for the future, and they pick up Shador. Dude, that QB room would be the weirdest thing in the world. They'd
really
have to
would.
pump oxygen into that QB room to keep everybody alive. Shador and Russell Wilson, they're probably going to be butting heads if that happens, and they just got Jameis Winston in the corner doing whatever Jameis Winston does, bro. Jameis Winston will keep the vibes up, but I have no idea what they're trying to build in New York.
And, I'm glad you mentioned the draft and getting a guy like Shador Sanders, because that's what a lot of us thought. They bring in Jameis Winston. I know, for one, I was thinking on the same page as you, Schrader.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they're going to draft Shador or try to draft Shador, 3rd overall, bring him in, have him sit under a guy like Jameis, and then eventually take over maybe halfway through the season.
What a mentor. If I'm
Exactly.
going to choose a mentor, he
great
might not
mentor.
know where he's throwing the ball, but
Right.
he's going to have a good time doing it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Wait, y'all are
Jameis
starting
Winston's great.
Jameis?
I mean, yes, I would start my season with Jameis. Okay, so here's my thing, John. You never draft a quarterback in my eyes, you should not draft a quarterback in the first round with the intention of starting him day one.
I don't think rookie quarterbacks should be day one starters, period.
I agree, because recently we've had a few outliers with guys like C.J. Stroud and Jane Daniels coming in and taking the league by storm.
Yeah.
But those guys are called outliers for a reason.
It's a new
because,
thing.
Exactly. It doesn't happen recently. It doesn't happen normally. Because a lot of the times you're picking in that top 3 to 5 where you're drafting the top prospect. It means your team sucks.
Yeah.
And your culture probably does as well. So the quarterback is just getting thrown in, green, in the National Football League, the best place to play football in the world. The competition like they've never seen it. The game is moving so fast. And you're throwing them into a garbage fire. That's
Right.
what kills their confidence early. So if I have a guy like Jameis, I'm going to choose to sit my rookie quarterback until either I can't anymore, like the Patriots couldn't last year.
Jameis
or
has
until-
another 30 season.
Exactly. Or if I feel like the brother's ready, okay, now I'm going to push him in. Now, like I said, there's some outliers, Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, C.J. Stroud, and guys like that. But typically, I want my guy to sit. But let me move forward. 'Cause that's not the... Go ahead.
So you paid Russ all that money for no reason?
No, he
Well,
was
give
saying.
me a second. Let me get to my main point here,
All right, get to
John.
it. Get to it.
So, Right now, his Russell Wilson's contract is worth up to $26 million, but at the base it is 10 guaranteed. So looking at this whole thing, my main question was, what do you all think the Giants will do with their third overall pick? But now that John is testing me, questioning that I know what I'm talking about, do I know where I'm going here? I'll tell you exactly where I'm going here. I have two possible scenarios for the Giants.
Lay it on the table.
One is the obvious one. You already drafted Malik Neighbors, superstar wide receiver, one offensive rookie of the year. No, would have won offensive rookie of the year last year if a guy by the name of Jaden Daniels didn't exist.
For real.
He was great, had over 1,000 yards. Got Tyrone Tracy out there at running back. They got some guys. Now, Russell Wilson become your day one starter. That's why you paid him the money, right, John? And then go out and draft a guy by the name of Travis Hunter, third overall. A Swiss Army knife, a guy you can use anywhere. He can help out your defense if necessary, or you could partner him up with Russell Wilson and Malik Neighbors and have potentially one of the best young wide receiver cores in the NFL with crazy upside. Or your quarterback room is already loaded. You're sitting at third overall. What the Giants general manager could be sitting back thinking is, okay, Tennessee's at 1. I hear they're in love with Cam Ward. But Cleveland's at 2. They're a bit of a wild card. Everybody thought they might get Abdul Carter, but now people are thinking they might be locked in with Shedeur Sanders. So maybe they bring in Russell Wilson to entice one of these quarterback-hungry teams. Maybe try to package Russell Wilson in a trade, including their third overall pick, to either the Titans or the Cleveland Browns, so they can make sure they are able to get one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the class. Because it's going to take more than a pick swap to trade spots with these guys.
Yeah.
They're going to want a quarterback, too. They're going to want somebody that can play immediately.
Yeah.
And who can do that? Russell Wilson. So I feel like they're either going to draft Travis Hunter, another weapon, and just bank on Russell Wilson for another year and get a quarterback next year, or use him as a trade piece to get their guy now.
I mean, Russell Wilson, as good of a solid of a quarterback as he is, it's pretty much a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
It is.
He's not he's
not your long-term answer.
Exactly. And I mean, if there's a guy like Shedeur out there, like a very talented quarterback, even if I have Russell Wilson, I'm getting that young talented quarterback because Russell Wilson's on a 1-year deal. Right. He's not going to be there forever. Or you can use him as a trade piece. I think that's kind of where I thought they would be going, is one of these quarterbacks is not going to be on the roster week 1 or even in the preseason. And if they are, that's where Hard Knocks needs to go.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Michael, what are your thoughts on this?
I think they need to draft a quarterback. Like, I think they've got to go either Shedeur, or probably it would be Shedeur when it's there. Because like what Schrader's saying, like, I think Russell is fine. He's definitely an upgrade from what they've had, but it's just he's not a long-term answer.
Danny Dimes.
And you're sitting in a situation where you can get that franchise quarterback, which is why the Jameis Winston, like, getting both of them makes no sense to me in this situation at all because of that. But I think you still have to take a quarterback if you're in New York there.
Yeah, it's a very weird spot to be in because I'm with y'all. I thought getting Jameis was your way of saying, okay, we're going to draft our quarterback. Jameis is going to be the bridge guy if deemed necessary. But now I can see it going 2 ways. You can either use the rest of the trade piece, still get your quarterback. Well, I see it going 3 ways. You can either do what I just explained, or you could still draft a guy like Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders, whoever's available, and have a very deep quarterback room going into training camp. Or 3, you could just have Russell Wilson ride it out for the year, draft a guy like Travis Hunter. So now you have 2 potential weapons for who your next quarterback could be. Get through it with Russell Wilson this year, develop those guys, and now the situation is better next year when you eventually go to the NFL draft to get your franchise guy. He already has 2 big-time ball catchers. What's that, John?
Sorry, no, it's giving you a little time update, that's all.
Oh, you're good,
Sorry.
you're good. I mean, so those are the 2 possible situations I'm thinking. But now let's pivot. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Because now both of their quarterbacks that started last season have signed with teams in the New York area. Justin Fields with the Jets, Russell Wilson with the Giants. As of right now, it's looking like the Steelers are SOL. Michael, what's your take on the Steelers? What do you think they need to do? Do they draft a quarterback or go Aaron Rodgers? Do they do both? What do you think they need to do here? Because they have the receivers.
I think both. I think you need to get Aaron Rodgers, which I think is going to happen. But like I think they really like Jalen Milroe. From what I've been seeing, is they're all about him, which I don't know how that's gonna. I'm not sold.
I don't know if he's
a
Mike Tomlin quarterback.
That's an interesting take there.
But I don't love that decision. But I think that's probably that's what I think they're gonna do is get Aaron Rodgers and draft Milroe, which I think is fine. The problem for them is they're not really in a situation, I feel like, to get an answer at quarterback right now regardless. So I would just make sure you get Aaron Rodgers just so you have a solid option for right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, the teams that are kind of looking for for Aaron Rodgers, Minnesota is one of them, which I think is very enticing for Aaron Rodgers because then he gets to play Green Bay twice. But going back to Pittsburgh, I would try to get Rodgers, like you said. But if I'm drafting a quarterback, I'm getting a guy from Mississippi.
I'm on the same page.
I'm getting Jackson Dart because Jackson Dart has all the talent and potential in the world. I think he was probably the best quarterback in the SEC, in my opinion. The way he ran that Ole Miss offense. I mean, he made Georgia's defense look silly, which is not an easy thing to do.
Dude, he was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he looked really great on a sprained ankle in that game. But I just think if I'm looking for a guy to build around, not a guy that's just a young guy to just put in there. He's going to have a good couple of years. I'm not looking for an RG3 type situation. I'm looking for the guy of the future. You sit Jackson Dart behind Aaron Rodgers, you're set.
I completely agree. I think that'd be a great move for Pittsburgh. I can really see either or because, like you said, Schrader, I'm on the same page. I love Jackson Dart as well. People just knock him because Ole Miss tended to play to their competition last year. They won the big game, stepped up and dominated, and then when they played a team they felt like they were a lot better than, they kind of stooped down to their level, which is why they slipped up and missed the playoffs. So a lot of people didn't get to see Dart on that large platform, so they try to knock him. Jackson Dart's a fantastic quarterback, and I think with time, sitting behind a guy like Rodgers, he could blossom. But, Michael, I understand where you're coming from as well, saying that Pittsburgh may be high on Jalen Milroe because he's a guy that with probably the highest ceiling in this draft. With the crazy speed, he's one of the fastest guys we've seen come out of college as a quarterback since Lamar Jackson. He has a big-time arm, can throw the deep ball. What it just comes down to is him truly learning to read defenses and sharpen his short and intermediate game. And sitting behind a veteran quarterback with a guy like Mike Tomlin as the head coach, that could be the ideal situation for a guy like Milroe to turn into something special. They've got the receivers, George Pickens and DK Metcalf, two deep ball guys that would cater to Milroe's style of play. I don't know. It could be very interesting. The O-line shaky. Maybe go get a mobile guy. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I'm super excited to see what direction Pittsburgh goes in their quarterback room moving forward because they're a team that's been a borderline contender every year. They just haven't had a signal caller since Big Ben.
They'll get a guy to get to 500.
Yeah, they'll find a way.
They'll keep the streak alive.
Right now, the only quarterback on their roster is Mason Rudolph, so it's going to be very fun to see what Pittsburgh does there.
Pittsburgh legend.
Now it's dip into some sports news to end us off.
The Dodgers introducing Shohei Ohtani after signing him to a record-breaking contract.
Nick Saban is retiring.
Breaking news on Sports Pack.
Breaking news on Sports Pack. Carly is back in for the end of the show. Chuck, where you been?
You know,
around,
you know, doing some behind the scenes for Sports Pack. You know, we got to work outside the show while we work on the show. Anyways, so probably one of the biggest things I saw this week concerning, especially college athletics as well, the University of Georgia is set to distribute a total of $20.5 million to its student athletes as part of the new NCAA revenue sharing model, which is super interesting. So apparently most of the funds will go to football. So 75% of it will go to football. Yeah. Men's basketball will get 15%. Women's basketball will get 5%. And then the remaining 5% will go to the other sports. So I think this is cool, being able to see these athletes get paid based on what the school is making from their work. So I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You know, as much as I don't like to say it because it's like, you don't want to be like, this is a bit like this is school. This isn't a business is what you want to say, but this is a business.
It is.
Yep. Like, I mean, I look back to before NIL was allowed. Like, you look, Texas A&M just used Johnny Manziel. They made $450 million off of Johnny Manziel, and he got none of it. Yep. Right? Crazy. I think if I'm a student athlete and I'm giving a school money, right? Like look, you just look how much money some of these guys, like Caleb Williams made USC so much money while he was there. I mean,
Lamar Jackson,
the Sanders brothers
goes on.
in Colorado, like especially those kind of schools, like their revenue takes a massive jump when you get a guy like that to get you some camera time. So if they're making money as they should, if you're gonna make money, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, and on top of that $20.5 million, they're also adding 100 scholarships across the 21 sports that are currently with Georgia. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. And piggyback off what you were just saying, Schrader, you were 100% right. It was definitely not fair. It was ridiculous. Yeah. And by definition, I don't care how crazy it sounds, it's really what it was. It was slave labor. Yeah. And it's been going on for years. The college players have been getting pimped by their universities and by the NCAA, bringing in insane amounts of revenue and not being able to scratch the surface. Recently, we've seen it with NIL. They've been able to reap the reward for what they've done, but it's been a bit all over the place. It's been like a lot of people have described it as the wild, wild west. But now with this revenue sharing model, it's really going to help put the reins on it more, put a set salary for each player in the university, for each athlete in the university, excuse me. And it's really just going to help put the reins on it more and allow now the big-time donors to step in and bring in the big-time NIL deals for the players that rise to the top and end up being the cream of the crop. It's going to be amazing. It's really going to help settle college football as a whole.
Yeah.
I love revenue sharing.
Sorry, I'm excited. The Marlins just tied the game in the eighth.
Oh, okay. What's the score?
4-4, baby.
Okay.
Yes.
How about the Marlins?
That's sports news right there.
So, like we said on Monday, the Miami Open has been going on, and we have another young teenage female that is just dominating.
Yeah.
She is a 19-year-old. Her name is Alexandra Ila, and she is the first Filipino to win an Open era, and she defeated 3 former Grand Slam winners in a row in this tournament.
What is it with like women's tennis and just finding these teenagers
It's
that like
crazy.
I thought it was going to be the same one we talked about. What was it, Monday that won
Yes.
Indian Wells or whatever? But nah, this is just a whole new teenager.
Just another phenom.
Like
got another one
17-year-old,
waiting.
19-year-old, like I am almost 21 and I just do this every day.
And which is fine.
This is
and there's
Which is
nothing
great.
wrong with
Network.
that.
Which is great.
Charlie.
How about it? This is Wolf Sports Network, Chuck. Let's not
We
take
have
this for
merch
granted.
that you can buy if you go to the website and click the About tab.
We do have merch, so you guys should
Schrader,
go get some.
I'm gonna start letting you do the ad reads. That right there is beautiful. But I do want to say this. You talking about tennis phenoms. It's always this teenage tennis phenom that just burst onto the scene. Well, I do have to take this time to give a quick shout out. And for once, I'm not going to shout myself out this time.
But you're going to win the US
I have
Open,
a little
Richard.
cousin who's about to start high school by the name of Bailey Hutcherson. What's up, Bailey? I know you hate the fact that I'm doing this right now. But she's pretty good at tennis as well. And a lot of people, the street's been talking, and I've been listening. They saying she might be the next great tennis phenom, largely because of how often me and her used to scrimmage when she was younger.
Hey.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the only...
Scrimmage is one heck of a word.
I'm the only person that she has not beat. I used to go out there every time on the tennis court, whooping Bailey over and over again, and now she's turned into a beast.
Hey, you're never gonna play her again, are you?
I was just going to say,
Keep that record
newsflash, Bailey, you are never getting a rematch. I will stay undefeated, but she just might be next.
Hey, we might have to test your undefeated score because Kyle Moore down in LaGrange, I mean, he's doing pretty good.
No, Richard.
So we might have to,
Kyle, we're going to set this up, man.
Kyle don't
Bring
want this
him
work.
back.
You don't want the
Kyle,
smoke?
Kyle, if you're watching, you don't want this, man.
Colin,
You don't want
Kyle.
this, Kyle.
Call in and set up the
Kyle,
match.
and Kyle, because I know you don't
Does that
want
smell like
this,
beef?
I'm not going to play you.
it sounds like I'm
Richard's
scared.
scared.
I don't want to embarrass you. If y'all don't know, Kyle is Carly's boyfriend. I don't want to embarrass you in front of your girlfriend, Kyle.
Okay.
Just stick to the folks y'all play in LaGrange.
All right, let's reel it back in here. John, I know you're very passionate about golf, so I'm going to throw this one to you. Atlanta wins the first ever TGL title.
That was awesome.
How do we feel?
I feel great about it. I mean, honestly, I'm becoming a huge fan of TGL. Really, it's taking I feel like it just takes a ton of stress off the guys. And for us to be the first winners of it and, see Arthur Blank out there and just him enjoying everything.
Arthur Blank deserved that.
Oh, absolutely. He's needed something for a while.
He needed a win, man.
But just to see the team come together in that first season and really just play that way, I mean, I was jazzed. I was watching it, MLS was looking up there, seeing it every once in a while. I was absolutely jazzed over the fact that we had won that, and I was like, yeah, all right, this is good for Atlanta. We needed this badly.
I'm thinking it might be a hot take. I'm not necessarily the most Atlanta sports fan there is, the biggest one, but Billy Horschel's putt that broke twice, that was
crazy.
That's the most hype golf has ever been.
Yeah.
I mean, that putt was
Since
insane.
2019.
But watching him just walk it off, the white man fist pump that he gave, let's go.
Yes.
Went to the crowd, through the
Rocky
club,
Balboa.
hyping up the crowd. That was golf. It was loud. It was fun. Golf is fun, and he's showing the world.
Yep, super excited.
Yeah, they showed me the TGL has really got me into golf. And like I said, I've been working on my golf swing. In the next 10 years, I will be in the Masters. I will be on the green.
Okay.
But for
Give
now,
him the green jacket.
Give me my green jacket. Shout out, I got Jackson Balls behind the glass holding it
Give him
down
that
for
green
us.
jacket, baby.
But on that note, that is all we have for Sports Pack tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Be sure to check out all the MLB opening day games. Shout out to Sports Out of Pocket, my guy Steven Lambert, for being mic'd up with me, feeding me some MLB information. Jackson Voles is holding it down on the TriCaster, controlling these amazing camera angles. Thank you for that, Jackson.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Shout out to everybody here at Wolf Sports Network. We got a lot of amazing shows. Tomorrow morning from 11 to 12, Triple Threat will be live. You can see Jackson and John again for a third time this week.
Yeah, you will.
Alongside Jason Barker. And we got a great show from
Special
6 to
guest,
7 on Tuesdays called The Playbook. You don't want to miss it. They are all college athletics. Enjoy these Sweet 16 games. I know I sure will be. MLB opening day is going to be great too. You all have a blessed weekend and stay safe out there.